entry. So you need to see more volume because still this is pretty low volume this morning. What I like to talk about is SNNA. This is the main one for me this morning, SNNA. Um, the fact is that we have guys phase 3 failure. Okay, so when this happens, it means the stock is dead. Okay, the phase 3. If the CEO doesn't come up this morning saying how we will fix this, this is probably done. So you can see this big breakdown in the 15, and right now it's like big gap, not much volume, but this will be main plane for me. So I will be looking for a pop and short this. So ideally pop 13, 1350, and then all the way down. So this can lose even 50% today. So from 15 can go directly around 7.5. Okay, so main watch for me.
Hey
I
Joseph.
type also here for who doesn't have voice chat. Then Sohu and Sohu. The other two main favorite. So we had this trading range this morning from 27, 27 and a half till 28 and a half. So I was looking and was hoping this to remain around this level here for a breakdown, but we broke like 20 minutes ago. So now it opened in about 23 minutes. I will look for a big pop around 27, using that resistance at 27 to short. So this is my gap continuation idea on Sohu. Same thing on Sohu. Sohu we had a pre-market trading range 980 and 10, sorry, and that was beautiful. Then 8 o'clock we broke it. So now only on a pop till 970, 980, I will short using the 10 as risk. Morning, Grim.
Good
The
morning,
other
Grim.
thing I'm looking at Twitter this morning. Twitter has a nice trading range from Friday after hours and this morning pre-market. 34, 34.40, 34.50. This was the best stock I traded on Friday, besides Netflix. Was a very huge gain for me. And right now, if you look, it's making like a triple bottom. So this is possibly going up and break this 34 and 50 this morning. So if I have two setups, or we have a breakout at that 34.40, and this happens like in the first 5 minutes before the open, or at open, I will long at 34.40, 34.45. My target first will be 35, and then 35.75, where I have my big game up there. Otherwise, on a round and cup, 34 will wait there 34, 34.05 for a breakdown, anticipation of breakdown. If I see like big sellers in, then I'm going this for a continuation of the pick. The last one I have this morning is RDHL. So this is the big shelf I was talking about. Um, it was 68 millions, but something was sold in June and July. Anyways, we are above 60 millions here shelf. So this was in dilution, play, second. Positive top line results from phase study. Okay, phase three study generally is like a pop and fade, but fade in a way that you have like a small pullback, maybe 10-20%, and then all day grinding up. So this is the endpoint met for the phase three. But this is different. If you go to see the news, and that's why is saying that they will still do further tests on this phase three. So this is not the endpoint met. It's not the phase three approval. Okay. This means pop and open and fade all day long. So I'm looking to short as well this. Okay, Smash, I'm done.
Okay, good, man. I got all that recorded. Just FYI, you're still kind of quiet, like to me anyway, like your mic's maybe far from your mouth, but I got it all recorded, so it's just not real clear. So let me see where's a good place to start here. All right, so here's some thoughts here. I've got some things in the chat room and the swing trading room too, some ideas for BKNG. But I just want to point out a couple of things here of overall market sentiment and so forth. The all of this going on here before the bell, cat. We have 145 or something companies reporting earnings this week, right? We've got after the bell. There's lots and lots and lots going on.
Jason, the best thing you can do, it happens even to me, only open the voice on Discord. You can close the voice on the screen share. As you can see, ARDHL is just like breaking down now. You see that 11:30 breakdown, failed the mass I use, and this is all day faded. So dilution play mode from the morning. This is like the A+ setup that I like to trade, but I couldn't get filled 15 and didn't want to change. So looking at us now.
It's funny you bring up HMNY. Those of you that play the small caps, anytime there's a reverse split, get short. What a gift, man. 250 to 1 and brought it all the way back to $2.50. What was the date? Right here? Somewhere in here? Was the reverse split day? Where was it? I don't know. Anyway, reverse split 250 to 1. Was it yesterday? It's probably yesterday, huh? Right back to 20 cents, man. A couple of days, it'll be right back to 20 cents. If you can get borrows. Wednesday, yeah. Reverse split. What a gift. Another one that I used to do a lot too while we're talking about it is once they get delisted to OTC, they get a nice pop first day of OTC. 90% of them get a nice pop. So if you play OTCs, it's a good time to get long if you get in there quick. All right, overall market sentiment. So my point was that crazy market right now. We got a lot going on. I've got some pretty good plans in the swing trading. I've gone over already. BKNG. Some of the earnings that I want to play, all of it's in the swing trading. I'm not going to go over it here. You can see my plan. But some really good ones. Apple, it's going to be really important. So Apple is 11% of the triple Qs. It's going to be really important. Facebook's, history-breaking earnings loss. They lost $100 billion in market cap in one day. That's by far that's a record breaker. Market's really close to all-time highs, or it was before yesterday. So really careful with all of this. Market being at all-time highs. Definitely be looking for a reversal. The SPY is really close to all-time highs. I mean, the question is, we pull back here today, we got these key levels, right? We pull back here in this 280 area and get a nice bounce for a next leg up, possibility of breaking new highs. But we have a lot of events. So let me go back to that real quick. I want to point this out, that, and then I'll get to the point. Like, there's so many events this week. If I can find it here, I posted it. I don't want to have to go through it all again. Um, so there's lots and lots of earnings. There's tons of events. I posted a really good article on it. Every day there's something coming out. You know, job numbers, unemployment numbers. I forget all of them, but every day this week there's so many events happening. The market's going to be moving, and we're at all-time highs. So I will be waiting for the first 5-minute candle to close, 5 to 15 minutes on just about everything. Let things pick some direction here. I'm going to be playing it safe. There's going to be some really good opportunities, but there's no need to be in a hurry. There's no need to get in there early. So, you know, like the triple Qs, this 178 is key. I like it short. We could get some puts here at 178. If we fade back, this 175, let me find it here. The 175 is a key level. I'll pull it up on the 30-minute. Some good put opportunities on this, right? So we've got this 175 here, pops to 178. If we get another panic day, 2 or 3 days back, I'd look for this 175. If we get back over 178, it'd be a nice place for a long. So calls and puts in this area could be really, really nice for overall market plays. Again, with the SPY, it's kind of the same way. It's at a really nice key level, 281. You get some puts at 281, and I wouldn't touch it long unless it gets back over. We get back to 280, so there might be some good calls and puts opportunities there. Netflix. I love Cat too. Cat earnings, 25%. They just destroyed their earnings. That's another good one. Let me bring up the 5-minute. So the overall picture on Netflix. Let me see. Why we're not going back far enough here. So anyway, there's some really good plays there. Let me look at Cat real quick, then I'll go over Netflix. Cat's really good. In fact, I'm already long Cat, to be honest with you. I'm already long Cat, but I like this earnings play. I like it right here at about the 50% retracement. Really nice. I got a starter in already right here. If it retraces here, I'll get some size. Some killer earnings. I'll be stopping under here. If it gets back under this, I'll be stopping out on this. But some great earnings, and it hasn't moved much considering they had such really, really good earnings, this price ticker. So if the overall market doesn't just fall apart and destroy it, this could be a nice play. If we get over 148, back over 150, this thing could really move. So I like Cat. There's some good options on that too. A really good play on this would be at the open. If we're here around this 50% retracement, just pick up the calls on it, look to go long. Maybe some puts at 150. Netflix. So Netflix still holding up this 350s. 350 is key here. It just wants to hold up this 350. So any pops back into the 355 area, 360 area, any back in here, I'd like to get short. It's gonna take a little while to get there, but it's gonna make its way back to this 340 area, I think. And if 340 goes, 330 will be next. 300. I'm short biased on this till we get back to 300. At least that's what I want. I'd like to see this get back to 300, 280 for the market bounce. Just tech is so heavy right now. So heavy. So many disappointing earnings. Facebook just took the cake. It screwed us out of, the overall market with our nice little earnings plays on Facebook and, on Amazon and Google. They just kind of fizzled out. So if we can get some kind of bottom once these earnings are over, Google had killer earnings, Amazon had killer earnings. So some of these tech stocks that had some really good earnings, we might get some bounces on those once the unsureness in this earnings week is done. Tesla this week, Apple. So a lot of key stuff going on. I really can't wait for Tesla earnings. That's going to be fun. So I've got a close eye on Google still. I've got a really close eye on Amazon. This is a great place to start getting some calls. It's holding this 1250 up right here. Very, very nice. So I'm going to be watching this. I love the calls. If we get under 1250, I'll get some puts. Otherwise, as long as we're holding this 1250, I'm looking for some calls at least back to 1290. And this could very well, we get a pop today, this might make that move today. We might see 1275 today or more if we get any kind of a strong market. Really like this on the calls. And Amazon, same way, it's holding up this 18. It just won't give it up. It's doing really, really well on the 18. So I'll be watching this one too. So Netflix right at the open. What am I thinking right at the open on Netflix? 356, 352. So the only place I really like this was up here yesterday, and I talked about this. Up here, 350, and then down here at 353, and down here at 350. So if we don't, I don't know, I just don't really trust it here. So I'm just going to wait and see what the market does. Give it the first 5-minute candle, do an opening range, break, 5-minute breakout, whatever. If we break down 352, be a good time to get some puts, or if we pop up into 356 to get some puts. I wouldn't touch this long unless we get a big dip back to 350. If we can just fall apart back to 350, I would get some calls on it. I'd get long. If we rip to 356, 358 area here to get short, I'm not going to touch it either way in between, and I'm not getting long into strength. I don't trust it. So that's what I'm thinking. Tomorrow's Apple, Tesla is like on the, it's coming up. I think it's, I don't have to look. Some really good earnings today. Apple really interested in tomorrow. We'll definitely get a good plan going for that. So if you want to play some cat earnings, let's look at that. If you want to play some cat earnings with options, I would be looking at this 145. This is a key level. So maybe find some 150 strikes, something you can afford, right? And look to get long. Let's see what this does. If we get any kind of weakness at the open, don't even hesitate. Grab it in the weakness. Grab your calls in the weakness. So if we get any kind of dip back into this, grab your calls. If we get strength, if we open with some really good strength, I wouldn't touch those calls till we got over this 148 for me. Maybe even grab some puts here, just a small size, just to see if it breaks down. It's just all about this market, you know. If it falls apart, it's going to drag everything with it. And this will be really interesting to watch it, you know. There's no telling, is the market going to kill it or what, you know. We'll see. We'll see. All right, let me get pop in the chat here. AMD, let's see. Okay, so yeah, any other tickers? Cat B, AMD. Yeah, so AMD, they had some really good earnings, yeah. IDRA, let's see where else. HMNY, okay. So STX is another one too, right? Okay, AMD puts on a pop towards 20. Yeah, I like this, man. Any kind of pullback in this whole number, it's nice, long, nice support. Pre-market lows. You got the 200 MA, you got a $19. Yeah, man, I wouldn't even hesitate at all. Get you some puts, get you some calls on this. If this thing can get through 20 and the market's strong, I would imagine it's going to at least get to 20. I'd like to see it pop to 20, pull back into this 1950 area here. So again, I'm not buying strength. It'd have to get over 1950, come back and show me some support at 1950. But I'll buy weakness. If this falls into 19, I'll pick up some calls here. If you use options, a different story. You know the drill, you guys. If you use options, it's a different story. You can just pick them up. The risk is different, so you can just pick them up. I like it. I like it. This thing gets through 20, it's going to be a mover. So for most of the plays I'm in, other than it's really depends on what the market's going to do. Anybody have any other questions? Throw out some tickers you want me to look at. Brandon, everybody got a plan? Lemones, good morning, welcome. I'm recording this for public to put up on YouTube, so I'm not giving out much goodies this morning. We're just kind of giving people an idea of what we do here. So once we stop the recording, I'll go and we'll chat hard on some stuff. But I hope everybody's got a plan. I'm not gonna go over and give out the secret sauce on public channel here. Yep. Ryan, good morning, man. Good morning. All right, anybody have any tickers you want me to look at or anything? If not, I'm going to. Hey, what's up? VNOM. Let's take a look. VNOM. Oh yeah, Twitter. Thanks for bringing that up. So you got a nice little double top short, right? Oh, SQ too, man. There's so many good ones. God, there's so much moving. So this is my point, though. I'll look at these as quick as I can for the open. This is my point, you guys. There's so much. There's so many earnings. There's so much going on this week. Don't get caught up in the chasing squirrels, right? Don't get caught up in it. Just pick one, two you really, really like. Pay close attention to it. Don't get caught up in these squirrel moments jumping in things. Only stick to your plan, all right? I like this double top short, this VNOM. I like to short the double top setup right here. Love it. I wouldn't touch this long unless it got over this double top and showed me some support. Otherwise, I'd hit this thing short right here. No questions asked. See what the volume looks like in the open and all that stuff. But yeah, and if it has options, I would play options on it right there, and then you don't have to worry about it. Twitter. This is a really good one here. Let's pull up Twitter. Jay already went over it. So his plan, what I like right there, I like it same way. 34 is key. It's not just key here, but it's some major support on the daily, weekly, monthly. I forget exactly, but it's some major support. If it gets under 34, it's anything goes. 30 is on its way. I like it long. I will pick up some calls here. And if it gets under 34, it shows me some weakness there and pop back up puts. I like it. If you get some calls on this, and it does, we have a strong market today, and it retraces this move, or even part of this move, like he was saying, 35, and then 35.81, 75 right in here is the area. Gets over this, yeah, it could be a nice strong day. This is a really good one. SQ is another one. I love this ticker. Better pull it up real quick. Oh, VZ. Let me look at that real quick. VZ. Verizon, huh? Never traded it. No idea, but I can just the technicals. If we have a nice strong market, I'd be watching dips back here. I'd be shorting it right here, and I wouldn't even touch this thing long unless it got over that. That's how I would play it. I'd get long into weakness, or I'd get short into the strength, but I wouldn't touch it long unless it got over this or down here. What was the other one? SQ. Yes, sir, Dimson. I love this one. Oh my gosh, man, look at this dip, double bottom. Yeah, look at that. What a beauty. SQ is a trader, boy. See that? That is some serious double bottom, triple bottom. Yeah, man. What a beauty, right? What a beauty. Get some of that. You're going to get a $4 move. This thing, if we have a strong market today, it's going to rip. $70, you got the nice whole number of 70 bucks. Now that it's got over it, 70, 30 area, 70 up in here and pull back. You could pull it right now. You could take it long right now with a pretty tight risk at 69.80 area. That's not a bad plan at all. I like it long though. I like it long. It's low enough still, right around a whole dollar. It's got through the whole dollar. I like it long for this move back to 73. Possibly if we get a strong market. Yeah, man. SQ's a beauty. Netflix already showing weakness. All right, Joseph. I'll probably be kind of quiet because I'm not doing much here at the open. I'm waiting for a good 5 minutes. So if you want to come back in here and say what you got to say, or if you want me to bring up a ticker, you let me know. And your drawing is enabled if you need to draw, Joseph. Have at it. You here? Nope. Hello, testing. Okay. I can hear my. All right. Well, let's go, guys. Be safe. Looks like Cat's going to move for us, maybe.
I was talking with Nomad. SSLJ breakout of 225, holding my long.
Netflix reaching 350. Good place for the calls.
Watching SNNA for a short. down Sohu and Sogo. Bid spread the S7A.
360 calls are looking pretty cheap on Netflix. Anybody interested? 360 calls are looking pretty good. Wait for that test at 350. Wait for that.
SSLJ 2 minute in this 5 minute candle, guys. This is probably big. Pivot coming 268.
Order filled.
Long from 217. Not a big position. Watch out, cat.
Got a starter on the calls. Netflix calls.
Shorting Twitter. Breakdown of the support 34. 33.85.
Not interested in puts here. Not interested in puts here. I need a bounce back to this area. I'll pick up the puts.
Order filled.
I'll have SSLJ 245. Nothing on cat.
Order filled.
Twitter heavy. If you see Twitter, we are talking about a 35, 34.50, 34 consolidation. They were saying, if I have a break at the open of that 34.40, I'm going long. Otherwise, short for me, 34.05. I tried 34.05 short, was too fast. My fill was market order 33.85. I like the swash, so strong on Netflix. QQQ and SPY both down.
Nice. Here we go.
Does the Friday VWAP on SPY and bounce back down. So when I trade big caps, especially Twitter, Netflix, Tesla, I like to follow also the QQQ and SPY. They give me the direction of the overall trend of the overall market.
Picked up the 340 puts. On Netflix. I'm looking at cat call. I stopped out of my call, my cat long. I'm looking at the cat calls right now. I like these calls. Getting ready to pick up some calls on cat.
I agree with you, Smash. All out for me, SSLJ 220. $20 break even.
Killer spread on some of these calls here. Killer spread on cat.
Market down again. I'm taking off here half on Twitter for 60 cents, 65 cents.
Got a starter. Cat calls. 1 in 45 calls.
So I
Got
broke
it.
my plan on SSLJ. Big spike on the 5 minute. Absurd volume there, almost 3 millions. So now I'm using that 270s, which is a perfect pivot. That's why I like to incorporate them. So another pop to 240, 250. I'm going to short here. I want to set risk. Just remember, it's like still didn't get filled. It has 3, so that 270 is my guide. Pop till there, I short. Smash, you have Netflix and Cat, or still didn't get Cat?
Yes, I am in cat. I got a starter on the 145 calls. Yes. Netflix, I am in both sides. I have my calls still from earlier, and then I have the puts.
Okay.
Yep. I haven't sold anything yet.
I'm looking the calls on Cat, but a bit spready.
Yeah,
I like here the bounce play. 143 is very nice. I love it, but some spready.
it is. I got a market order on weakness, so I I got some calls there. Um, wow, look at this thing go. Nice. Anyway, I got a starter at 140 on the calls.
QQQ down, guys. Down to the bottom. Twitter pushing back down. First target hit for me was 33.20. Second one is 32. So you have to look. I don't want to say too much, but you have to look when you look at Twitter, Cat, Netflix. So the day after the earnings, because generally they tend to have a continuation, especially their gap downs. On the third day, probably have an inversion. I can tell you FCAU, Whirlpool, PZZA, and all this stuff. Nice, Pedro. For the guys on AWX, I was telling in the small cap room that if you look GBR pre-market, they have spiked so much around 415. At the same pattern around the top that AWX being bought from my broker the same way at 30. So same pre-market pattern, failed the support around the cut at 30 AWX and was on GBR the fail of 12. Same exact pattern. But for the same principle, I didn't take it. RDHL, dilution all the way. They dumped a bunch, almost 1 million the first 5 minute
Order filled.
uh, this is going back to the low. So look this news, and next time you see this news, remember what can it do.
I still have my EA puts from earnings. I'm selling these things this morning. Just a heads up.
You see here, yeah. Perfect. Right, 5. Look, There is a 33 Twitter. Very, very, very nice one.
So never mind, I'm holding on to these EA puts. We got through 130. I was just watching to see how it's going to hold up here. They're fat in the money, up about 150%, still moving. So anyway, I'm not in a rush on those. Netflix puts are looking good. What a beautiful thing right now, testing. I'm going to take profits on these puts and then get a different strike. Did you? Nice, Joe. Yeah, I'm going to take some profits on
I
this.
didn't get it Netflix, but I was looking at this QQQ and it's get it down. Broke the lows of Friday, my friend. I have target 334, 333 on Netflix.
Order filled. Order filled.
All right, I locked in. Dang, look at it go. Back into 340, right under that pre-market. What a beautiful thing. What a beautiful thing. Locked in a big fat gain on those puts. Nice. I'm gonna pick up some calls here on Netflix.
Nice, Joe. Very, very nice. Up $1 on Twitter. On Twitter, the same thing. Good spreads. So you can take the same options like you take Netflix or Facebook or Apple. The same on Twitter. Nice spreads. They move a
Order
lot.
filled.
Picked up some calls for the bounce. Sorry, picked up some calls for the bounce on Netflix.
Just simply play pop and fair.
Still have my puts. I sold the puts from earlier. I picked up some more puts, but a different strike. Picked up some calls for the bounce on Netflix. Long and short right now. In a win situation right here. If we rip and reclaim some of this, I'm in it. If it falls apart, I'm in it.
3270. You don't see any kind of bids right now. Breaking the pivot, going 3250, and then target 32.
Wow, EA, let's go. Just keep falling apart. Man, I was muted again. Okay, so I bought some calls on Netflix. I sold my puts for a profit. I picked up a different strike puts. I got some calls down here for the bounce. I'm on both sides. I'm in good shape here. If it falls apart, I'm looking really good. If we get a nice bounce back here, back up to the 350 area, I'm going to capitalize on it. So at this point, this is a really, really nice level here. I locked in my profits on these puts from here to here. I locked them in, picked up a different strike. FYI.
Order filled.
All right, all out the EA puts. Done. 200 something percent gain on those. Cat 145 calls. All right, Cat has killer earnings. The market's dragging it down. I'm looking to get some calls here. I'm going to load up pretty good for the bounce. 1R though, 1R.
What's out, guys? Twitter. If you look different time frames, this is the place where to get out some because it's a possible bounce here. So look for the market to bounce. Also, Q to Q, hit the pivot there, 175.50, 175.60. Possible bounce also Twitter, so above 33 soon. AWX halted.
Order filled.
Yeah, so again, Netflix, unless you didn't hear this, I'm long with calls. I'm still short puts. And it looks like the pressure, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, excuse me, 4 5-minute candles. This is a nice rebound spot. We're starting to set up a look, trying to set up a higher low. You know, the sell pressure looks like it may have quit. I'm in with the puts still. If we continue on down, like I said in pre-market, you know, if we could get through this 343, 330 is likely next, and I'm short biased all the way back to 300 to 380, or 280 would be really nice. Anyway, so I'm still loaded up pretty heavily on the puts here. I did pick up the calls in case it bounced, but they're all 1R. Oh, Baba, I forgot about Baba. What's Baba doing? This is another really good one. See, this is what I mean. You got to be careful. Nice little double bottom on that. Phew, I'm in too much already. Got to focus. That's a good one, though, if you're looking for a trade. I got to watch these squirrel moments. Too much is moving. I'm in Cat and Netflix. I'm out of everything else. Cat and Netflix. I didn't touch Twitter. Sounds like Twitter was a fun one, too. It's too focused. Oh, yeah. Nice breakdown. Did we get to 30? Nope. What am I saying? 32? Nice. All right, Cat looks like it's found its bottom. Netflix looks like it might have found its bottom. Cat is definitely looking bullish here. Nice little exhaustion on the sell. How's the overall market doing? How's it holding up? Is it done selling off? Everything looks like it's selling off. Might be a good place for some calls on the triple Q. What do we get to? 175. 175. Beautiful. Almost there. I'm going to take a look at some triple Q calls here. You can get some 175s for 234. 176 would be beautiful. Yeah. Let's take a look at these. Love the spread. 1-2 cent spread on these. You can take about any size you want here.
Order filled.
1R. So I'm long triple Q calls, long with calls. It's just a 1R trade. I like it. Should be able to get a retracement here if we finally done selling off. 1, 2, 3, 5-minute candles solid. Yeah. So could just come back up, rehit here, and then continue down. So I'll be watching this area and see how it does. All my other positions are just they're just holds here. AMD, huh? How's AMD doing? That'd be another really good one. Ooh, over 1950. So that's what I was talking about. You guys that broke through that pre-market level, comes back, tests. Oh, this was a nice long. Anybody watching that? But it did exactly what we talked about right here. It's exactly what we talked about pre-market. I bet those calls are cheap. Nice, man, nice. If this thing gets through 20, it could be good, especially if the market rebounds here. If it actually rebounds, it might help this thing get through 20. If you like it, I wouldn't hesitate. Take the freaking trade. 1R. Do it. I'm going to shut down this public recording here in about 8 minutes, 7 minutes. Joseph, if you got stuff you want to talk about publicly or whatever, that's the one that's going on YouTube.
Yes.
Unedited.
Sorry, go on.
No, sorry, I was just saying unedited. I'm not going to edit anything. I'm just going to throw it up on YouTube here. So if you want to say anything to the public, have at it, man.
This morning, we had 4-day of dilution, HMNY. So if you look how this went down, you could easily trade every pop above VWAP just short.
You can draw too, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. And it's this morning you saw that 175 in pre-market, 5 minutes before pre-market, around 9:25, 9:30, and then flush again below the VWAP. So that is a play I always look for. Did I trade it? No. I was mostly focused on cat, sorry. Looking if this will bounce here. I support 142. And you can trace an uptrend line from the 25, and it's just past over there, 142, 140, 150. And the wild one for me is home run, Twitter, 3385 with size. A plus sell for me, gap down continuation. You can easily take it with options. The first out of the money, like think of 33 was fine. Yeah. And target for me is 32. We'll sell more, and then look what the QQQ will do, and hold for
Order
small
filled.
day.
Order filled.
This was a nice trade for me. Really nice pattern for trading Wednesday.
Just a heads up, I'm long, sorry, long cat. And I got some more calls there. Also long the stock.
Halted again, AWX. It's completely hold this possibility 12 coming. So
Hmm. I got my stop odds under 142 on this. I got a nice average down here. I'm not stopping out. It's got to get under 142. So I'm looking for the retracement here. As soon as the market stops selling off, these guys had killer earnings. I'm expecting a rebound, at least to 145. So I'll be taking partials. This will be 144, 145 be the targets. If we get over 140, and I won't get all out, of course. I'll be working a core, and we'll see. If we can't get over 145, that'd be a nice move. Killer earnings. If we can just get the market to help us out a little bit on that one, be a killer trade.
what's up, guys? SSLJ, this reclaim of the VWAP over here. We had around 200K volume there on the breakout. So I'm looking this to curl up, 230 get long.
$175, 176 calls are both looking pretty good on the triple Q, just FYI. Later, Brandon. Have a good one, man.
Order filled.
Took some long here, SSLJ, 226. Using my stop at the 215.
Nice. Nice, man. These puts are just
Getting short some Sohu, sorry. 2440s.
locked in my gains on the puts. I'm looking to partial, and I'm looking to add on this pop back to 340. Not add, but get a different strike on the 340 on Netflix.
Added something on Sohu. Really like this.
Order filled.
You have to look also on Sohu. At the same time, get the big spike there in the 5. Came all the way down. So now looking Sohu. Till it holds this 2480. I'm being short.
Order filled.
All right, that's about it. I'm looking for this, looking for these calls that I picked up down here. I got some of these here, and I got some down here. Both of them are getting in the money now. These are nice in the money. These are starting to just about in the money right here. I'm looking for a pop back to 350. Got out the puts, and I'm just looking at this here for some strength to get it back in. Look at 45 and 50 for some puts here. Love to see the retracement. Oh my God, stupid dogs. I hope you guys caught some calls there and don't miss this bounce. If we retrace back to 350, it's going to be nice. Might be kind of late now. Just make sure you pick the right strike, right? It's looking good, looking good. These calls are going to pay well. All right, man, that's it of the public for the public end. All I want to add to this is that this is what we do every day. Kill it. Come hang out with us. You won't get a better deal anywhere.